Deaf and Dumb.
Wait.
I'm Dan. I'm doing it. It's my job to do this. You shut up.
Well, I did it last week.
Yeah, you did it last week because I was sick. I'm not sick anymore. You shut up and let me do the intro. You stop talking.
I was doing it from now on.
You stop talking.
Shh. Well, this is awkward.
Shh. Hello and welcome to Deaf and Dumb. I'm Dan May.
And I'm Dudley May. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. I am feeling much better.
And I am not.
Yeah, well, you know. It's your turn.
I'm actually sick this week, and actually my mic is peaking a little bit right now. I'm sorry. So so I'm actually kind of sick this week. So we reversed roles, it seems.
Yep. Which is good. I like talking more than you do. And I'd like to think I'm better at it. You kind of butchered the exit last time, so
no,
yeah,
it was wonderful.
Wonderful,
delightful.
Is not the words I've heard describing it.
Wait, who is describing it?
I am not at liberty to divulge my sources.
You didn't hear it from nobody.
That's not what you were gonna say.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, how's your week? I just saw you. You just left not a few hours ago, half the day ago.
Yeah. I came in for New Year's.
You came in
for
we had a bonfire.
Our traditional. We had stayed up late, had our bonfire, and launched some fireworks, and then for New Year's Day we had corn dogs.
I drank some delicious beer.
Yeah.
I had the Shiner coffee, cold brew coffee, birthday special brew thing, whatever it's called. It was wonderful.
I drank my standard rum.
Yeah. If it had been, if this was a food show, I would spend the whole episode talking about the wonders of coffee and coffee-flavored things.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing we're not a food show, because we're not going to do that shit.
I could totally do a cold food show. That would be great. We should do a food show, Dudley.
Deaf and dumb, we eat it.
Deaf, dumb, and tasteless.
Man, I am having trouble with my mic. I don't know why I keep peaking.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'll just try not to talk too loud.
Yeah, just stop talking altogether.
Anyway.
You didn't enjoy you were too busy messing with your mic to enjoy the title I just gave us for the best show ever.
Oh, what was it?
Deaf, Dumb, and Tasteless.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad.
Not
bad.
It's good.
Not bad.
It's excellent, I would call it.
I prefer Deaf and Dumb, We Eat It.
I don't like that at all.
I think my title is better.
That sounds like you taught a whole 2 seconds about it. Maybe half a second. Maybe a split second.
Well, those
I don't
were
think you thought about it at all.
That's where the genius comes from.
No. No.
Yes.
There's a reason there's dumb in our title. You know that,
right? What is it?
Well, I will explain it later off the air.
Let's not get meta about this.
Everyone listening already knows. I had a good week.
Yeah, well, you had a good week of gaming, thanks to me.
Well, I don't know. I think it was just, it was due. It was time for me to have a good week. I was still recovering from being sick, but you graciously let me borrow your computer for the week since you were still working and I was not.
Yes.
And so,
I kind of halfway regret it because my week at work was really slow, so I got off early most days, and so I got home early, and I actually had a lot of time to play video games, and I came home and went, what will I do? I have no PC right now.
And you made some purchases?
I did. You had given me a Steam gift card, so I bought some games.
So magnanimous.
And I bought The Witcher 3.
Yeah, I did
and
want to try
Space Engineers.
Yeah, I have that one. That one's interesting. It's fun. I need to play it some more before I can form a solid opinion. Hopefully I'm gonna install Witcher today and get some game tonight and get some game time on Monday since I don't work that day, and so hopefully I'll get some hours in. So while people are listening to this podcast, you will be sitting at home playing The Witcher.
Yes.
Well, awesome.
Yes, hopefully.
That is the plan.
I hope it's good. I may try out your copy, just instead of purchasing it for myself. Though I do have a short bit of time, because I have a little bit of Steam money as well, and I have Predator Confusion, and I don't know what I want to buy with it. And I need to make a decision, because by the time tomorrow, I think, is when the Steam sale ends.
It ends on Monday at some point. So like when this is airing,
or something like that.
Sometime, this day.
Yeah, the day this. So if you're listening to this early in the Monday morning, and there's something you want to get on the Steam sale, you better do it quick, because it's about to run out.
You better pause the episode.
We'll wait.
Go get it. Here, let's just take a moment right now.
Let's take a moment of silence so people can go get their stuff on Steam. That's long enough. They can pause.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I haven't decided what I want to do. I bought Witcher 3 too, but then I was like, no, I'll just play your copy. But I was thinking about getting Dishonored 2, which is more than I have, but I could just use it toward it. But I don't know. I've seen a bunch of indie games I was thinking about, but I'll figure something out. But,
yeah.
So you lent me your computer.
Yeah.
And so one would think that since I had a week of gaming with a hardcore computer, that I would play Battlefield 1 a lot.
Which is what I would have done.
Overwatch a lot. I would have
Yeah.
played a bunch of those games that I can't play on my MacBook.
Yeah.
And I didn't do those things. I played a little bit of Overwatch. I played enough to get the Reaper winter skin, which is really cool. If you haven't seen it, check it out. And I was able to get it in a loot box. But I only played it for like one day. And then the rest of the week, I've been playing 2 games that I can install on my MacBook and play.
Yeah. And what are those games?
Crusader Kings 2 and Mountain Blade Warband. And I've been in a very medieval mood.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, it started with, I was talking to Brob.
Brob.
I was talking to him, and he had gotten Crusader Kings 2 on Steam with one of his Steam cards. And and I got talking to him about it, and I was like, man, I like that game. So I loaded it up and started playing it, and I spent like a day and a half playing it, and then while I was playing it, I got thinking about Mountain Blade, and so I spent another day and a half playing it. So, and then I went back to Crusader Kings.
Yeah, you had some interesting things going on, because you showed me some of that.
It's such a great game.
That game is interesting.
It is interesting.
Because it's medieval, but it's not really like go out and fight stuff medieval. It's it is, but it isn't. It's more of the
it's not like you're running around. You know, it's not heavy on the graphics. In fact, it more resembles a board game, really, a diplomacy board game, because you basically have a board with Europe on it and a large part of Asia and Russia and all that stuff, and it's the Middle Ages, and you can pick a random. You can play the scenarios, which I've never touched, but you can play through like, you know, your normal William the Conqueror and the Crusades and all that fun stuff that goes on during that time period. Or you can just do a custom game, which is the only way I've played the game, in which you just look at the map, pick a random county or ruler or, you know, whatever, and just play with them and try to further their dynasty. And I mostly have played different counties in Ireland.
Yeah.
I had a game where I was playing a county in Wales, but you pick a county, and then and you just set yourself a goal. Like mine is to solidify and join Ireland as one country. Right now, there's a bunch of little petty kingdoms. To join it as one kingdom and have one and be with me at the head of it as the King of Ireland. And form that title and make one nation kind of thing, one kingdom. And so I've been working toward that, starting with 2 counties. I was a little petty king and basically taking over other counties by... And you can't just, like, go to war with anyone. And like most
it's
games,
not a brute force game.
I want that, I'm going to go take it by force. There is a little bit of taking it by force, but the whole thing has a lot of, you know, laws and things. You have to have a reason to go to war with someone to claim something. You can either send your little council member over there to fabricate a claim,
so that then basically say, oh, I have a right to it. Or if there's de jure countries, basically like historically set regions that are like, Ireland is one where it's set as this is Ireland. So if you can get 51% of that title, so of Ireland or a certain duchy or whatever, you can basically press claims on the other parts of it because you have over half of it already, and therefore you deserve to take over the other half and get to gain that title. So my goal is to get half of all the counties in Ireland so I can make the title of king and become the king of Ireland, which I'm through a lot of headache, and I'm 4 generations deep into my dynasty, and I have managed to get 5 out of, I think it's 13. I need 7 of them.
Yeah.
And so I'm 2 away from creating the title of King of Ireland and pressing forward. But it's been fun, and it's also been interesting because it's not only you're playing as a certain character, and you're trying to make sure you have an heir, and when you die, old age, or from war, or from assassination, or whatever, then your heir becomes your new character, and you just pass down. And as long as you have an heir and who's part of your dynasty, you can keep playing. But if something happens and you don't have an heir, or your titles pass outside of your dynasty, out of your bloodline, then you kind of lose. But so you have like a guy you really like, and you're playing him a lot, and then he's doing really well. Well, then he dies, and so you become his son. His son has shitty stats because you didn't raise him or educate him well enough. And so now your kind of prestige goes down, and your resources drop a little bit, but you're still struggling through, and all kinds of fun stuff. I've had people trying to press claims on my own title, and I have to fight them and stop revolts, and it's just a constantly evolving landscape of intrigue and
It very much reminds me of Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
it's pretty simple. It's kind of pretty much Game of Thrones, the video game in a way, which is Game of Thrones is a medieval setting, so of course it's the same kind of setup. So the game being that, it just reminds me of that.
The Song of Fire and Ice is based off of
Turtles.
No, it's not. Well, it is, but it's actually the book series is based off the War of the Roses, which is kind of later in this time period, I believe, and so which is very heavily all the same stuff. It's all the warring countries and people fighting over who gets what titles and all kinds of stuff. So in a way, the Game of Thrones series is based off of real history events, which this game is also based off of, so there's a lot of stuff going on there, which is really cool because it starts with certain historical things that do happen, but it has wherever you choose to start your timeline,
it diverges.
It can diverge based on random variables. So more often than not, William the Conqueror comes in and takes over part of England right at the early stages of the game, earlier the time period, which most time he does, except in this game, for whatever reason, he was not successful. So some random guy became King of England, and now the whole history of England is completely diverged because he didn't win this time. So it's been interesting.
Just because the probability changed for
because
whatever reason.
They get random stats, they get random little things. It changes every time you create a new game, and so it just had lots of variables. And something as simple as, they got sick this time and died. Or they had a son who was a little more ambitious than they should have been and murdered them. That happens a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. It's a fun game.
Yeah.
I've never played it. I've only ever watched you play it or heard you and Josh, our buddy Josh, played it.
Our buddy Josh. He's the one that got me into it. I watched him play. I was like, what is it? I need this.
I don't know if I'm interested in playing the game. I think I'm more interested in hearing other people who have played the game tell me what they did and what happened to their kingdom. I think that interests me more than actually doing it myself, because I think I would get bored with it.
I almost want to write up a history of just my game so far in this game session. I've been telling you about it. I've been telling some other friends about it, and really kind of enjoy it, and I get a little excited, like you can tell.
Yeah.
And I get excited about telling about all these weird little things that happen with my country, and it's been.
We don't have time for that, so we're gonna move on.
I could spend a whole hour episode going through everything that's done, and so I may do a little write up of just like what happened so far.
Yeah.
And post it on something, but. I do enjoy it because it's always changing. It never quite works out the way I think it's going to, and weird stuff happens.
And moving on.
Yeah,
I played a few games this week. Not any video games really. But I did play a board game this week, twice actually. So with some co-workers on our lunch break, we played Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, that's not a board game.
It's a card game.
It's a card game. And
it's a gathering game.
Even struggle at calling it.
It's a party game.
Okay.
If you really get down to it.
I barely want to call it a game, but okay.
Now, and we've discussed this on the show before, and we. I was kind of about playing at first, but I did have fun playing.
It's always fun to play with new people.
It's fun to play with new people. It's fun to, but it's one of the games. What I like about the game, is I like to try. It's more to me about figuring out what people's
sense of humor,
sense of humor is, and what I think is best card for that person, whoever's judging it.
I enjoy that.
That's where the fun for me is.
Where it's like you're playing against whoever you're playing on whoever you're aiming to please whoever the judge is. You're trying to pick the one that you think they will go for. And sometimes I do really well at it, sometimes I don't.
Yeah, I didn't do very well.
Yeah,
but that's mostly because I don't
know them that well.
Yeah, I've only been working there a couple months, so I'm still meeting everyone and learning what they're all about. So
what they do.
I didn't do great, but I had a few good ones, and some of them I thought were better than others. But and I was going for more funny over offensive.
Yeah.
Because offensive, after the shock value, you're not going to win.
No.
In my opinion. If I'm the judge, you're not going to win.
Yeah.
I go for whatever's funniest.
Yeah.
And that's not what's offensive always.
Not always.
Not always.
It's always
now,
it's
some
more
stuff
about
it's
more about the chance combinations, more about like the ones that fit together really well and thus have the deepest volume of humor as opposed to what's the most offensive.
I like cleverness and I like funny. Yeah. So if you can be really clever and really funny, then there you go. And in fact, the one I got, which I cannot remember what it is now, but was because I thought it was clever and kind of funny because it was true, and then also sad. Something to do with world peace and civilian casualties.
Oh, no.
So I cannot remember what the black card was, but those were my two answers, and I thought, and it worked really well, and I got the card for it, but I can't remember what the actual setup was. But in now that I played that again, I still think I like Joking Hazard better.
Yeah.
Just because to me it's more involved with writing of a joke than just throwing out cards.
Yeah. I think it goes more a step in the right direction, I think.
I agree, yeah. So that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah.
And I played it twice, had a good time. Got to know my coworkers a little better, and that was cool.
I think it's definitely a great icebreaker. It's definitely kind of to kind of loosen people up and kind of say some things and get people see what people think are funny or see what people like. And
it's a good way to go. Are we going to be friends?
Yeah.
If you laugh too hard at a really offensive thing that's just like super racist, and I'm thinking you're laughing at it because it's racist, not because it's offensive, we're probably not going to be friends. Thankfully, no one at work was that way, so it wasn't a problem.
They didn't see a racist card and they say, "Oh, that's so true."
Yeah, no, they didn't do that. They might have laughed. We might have had some racist stuff, but it was "oh, that's wrong" kind of thing.
Which is the more appropriate reaction.
Yeah. So it was good. It was fun.
I played some Mountain Blade I mentioned earlier, and the big thing I wanted to take away, I took away from that game. I usually start this game off as not a nobleman. I have in the past, but usually I try to play just a hired sword and just kind of run around. And Mount and Blade's a little different in that you play a specific character, and you can build up an army of guys that ride with you out into the field, and you can fight in these big battles where you have hundreds of soldiers on each side, and you're riding through a horse with a sword, smacking them. And it doesn't have the best graphics, and it's not the prettiest game.
It's a really
but that's not really what I want out of it. It's a weird little game, and it's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, but there's something about it I enjoy. It's not the aesthetic of it, it's so much as
I think the word is charm.
Charm. It does have a certain charm.
And it has a certain ugly charm about
it. It's kind of like Crusader Kings, where it has like their rules and how you become, further yourself, and how you go about, improving your relationships with other lords, and like which I became a nobleman. I became a vassal to a king by fighting for him in a couple of wars, and he gave me a fief. He gave me a little town, and which became my little town, and it paid me some rent and made me a little money, and I had to save it from raiders occasionally, and it also gave me something that is constantly being raided every time the country goes to war, which is a little annoying. But and then what proceeded to happen after that, I thought, I'm on the track to do well. I thought I can build this town up, and then I can I'll fight in some more wars and gain further my own ambitions with this kingdom, and eventually I'll get better fiefs and make more money and build a stronger army, and eventually I can become something. And what eventually did happen was I was giving another fief of a large town that made a lot of money.
Yeah.
And which I immediately lost in the same war that we gained it. They came and took it back from me. Well, actually, they took it while I was there. I was laying siege to the town, and I was in the town and being laid siege to, and they took it from me and put me in prison. I eventually got out, and then the army of the king I served came and took it back. So I thought, they'll just give it back to me. No, they didn't. They took it. They gave it to someone else.
Yeah.
Bunch of jerks.
Well, you obviously were not a good fit for it because you lost
I didn't have enough people to fight off this huge army.
Blame the people.
No,
you're the ruler. You took the responsibility.
There were hundreds and hundreds of soldiers outside my gate. There was nothing I could do.
You should have weathered it. You should have hunkered down.
I had an army of like 35 super, really well-trained and hardened knights, all riding horses, and we were unstoppable.
And you still
I would go up against armies twice the size of mine, and I would wipe them clean. And except when there was, 400 of them, I couldn't do anything. But this happened a couple of times. I lost that fief, and then I got another huge town way off on the other side of the map, which I never even saw before it was taken back by the enemy team. And now I've been given a castle. I have a castle now, and somebody's gonna come and take it from me. I just know it. But I'm trying to hold on to it. I've been there. I've been making regular stops there, making sure it's good. But I'm slowly gaining ground. But it's been good. It's been fun. I'm enjoying it.
I played that game for a little while back, and it was entertaining. But I found, after a little while, it was one of those I played for a while, and I liked the concept of it and the quirkiness of it. But I kind of got tired of it, and then I started cheating, and that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I gave myself, ridiculous stats and started running around, and that was pretty fun.
Yeah, both this game and Crusader Kings takes a level of patience. Because it is not a fast-paced game. It is not a game where you're going to gain a lot of ground really quickly. It takes time and planning and just slowly building up your resources and your prestige and your whatever until you can gain more ground and further. So you're taking long periods of time. So it's not a heavy action-packed game. While Warband, Mount and Blade has more action to it because you're actually fighting in the wars yourself. In the individual battles, but it's more about just slowly gaining ground as opposed to hurrying through. When you cheat, it does make it
It's not the risk thing. In Risk, you build up a huge army and then you just push and take everything.
Well, yeah.
Where this is like a slow burn. You got to take a little bit of here and then hold that, and then take a little bit of here and then hold that.
And you are building up an army as well.
Yeah. But it's not like a massive thing. It's like over time growth.
Yeah, and it's mostly about building an army, but then also gaining enough resources to pay for that army, because you got to pay for it. You got to run that economy.
Yeah,
but it's a lot of fun. I do like it, and like I said, it scratches a weird itch, and I've been enjoying them both because I didn't even realize I was in the mood for those kind of games, but then suddenly I was playing them a lot.
You and your weird itches.
I have a lot.
You seem to have a lot of those.
I do. There's some weird niche games that I get into, and it's hard for me to...
We're not talking about your games. We're talking about your itches.
No, I don't. They're not literal itches, Dudley. It's a metaphor.
Oh, I don't understand metaphors.
Okay. Well,
what is metaphor?
I will try to explain that to you later, using as literal of language as I can possibly stand to make.
Is it like...
No, that's a simile.
A synonym?
Not a synonym. No,
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
I played some Pokemon, of course.
Yeah, I play a little bit. I haven't played much.
Yeah. Last I played, I was mostly just looking for Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like always. Good game, as always.
Yeah. I've been enjoying it.
Don't need to cover ground on that anymore.
We've talked about it enough.
Yeah. Okay. Have you played anything else?
No, that's all I've really played this week.
Okay, well, let's jump into what we want to talk about this week.
Yeah, let's. Do you want to talk about our, end of year? I mean, it is the new year as of now.
This is our first episode in 2017.
It is, and
so
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. This is January 2nd, so it's a day late, but Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. But we're recording it on January 1st.
Yes. That's true.
Yeah.
So, Happy New Year's, everyone.
Yeah.
Welcome to the new year. We're still here.
Yeah,
we haven't died.
The
Y2K did not happen.
Y217.
Y217. That sounds like a terrible virus.
Yeah.
Y217.
Et tu, Brute.
We've been trying for 17 years, and this is still not working.
Do you want to do our little review of the year first, or you want to talk about the Steam Awards?
Let's talk about Steam Awards
first.
Let's
cover that, because they just announced the winners of the Steam Awards.
About 5 weeks ago, we kind of said what games we thought should win.
Yes.
Based on basically what we played.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got right.
Okay.
Shall we?
Yeah, let's go down the list. I had to go back and look at what I even said. I couldn't remember. I couldn't have told you.
Well, I didn't pick something for everyone, and some of the stuff was, they didn't use, or and some of them we didn't do because they were picked by users.
Yeah.
But anyway, so let's cover the ones we actually had picks for,
okay,
and then we'll go from there. So the first one on my original list was Just 5 More Minutes.
Okay, yeah.
What did you pick on that one?
I had picked Civ 6.
So did I.
Yeah.
I had Civ 6.
Yeah. And it was on the list of voting, wasn't it?
It was on the list, and I did pick it.
I voted for it as well because I picked it. It didn't win, did it?
It did not win.
Which is a sham.
Well, the game that won is good.
What was it?
Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Yeah, that's right. I'm calling bullshit on that one. I'm sorry. I mean, it's a great game, but it's not a game I think about when I say, I just want 5 more minutes of it. That is not a game that I think that up. That is a game I'm like, oh, yeah, I like it. I always want to come back to it. But it's not a game where I'm playing in the middle of playing it and thinking, I just need just one more round, just one more. I never think that playing Counter-Strike Go.
I'm going to disagree with you because also, the masses have spoken.
Well, but I also feel like it's bullshit because it is a Valve game as well. There are a lot of... Well, I remember looking at the winners, and there's a bunch of Valve games that won.
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
There's 2.
Well, 2. It's too many.
3.
Yeah, there's a few. And so I'm like, I think there's
it's
some
on
bias
Steam,
going on.
though.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously...
I was hoping they would keep their bias.
The masses of Steam are going to try to appeal to Valve, so they'll give us Half-Life 3 already.
That's not going to happen.
And
that's a false god. You're never going to get it. You're never going to appease it. But yeah, I don't agree with that one. I remember seeing them going, that's bullshit. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. What's
moving
next?
on. The Test of Time Award.
Okay.
So, I picked Terraria.
Yeah.
Because it's a game I keep going back to.
Yeah.
And almost went back to like a week ago.
Yeah. And it made the list, didn't it?
It was on the list, yes. You could vote for it, and I did.
I think
like
I
a
did.
good diplomat.
Yeah.
Is it a diplomat? No. Voter. A good voter.
Diplomat? Where did you get diplomat?
I don't know. I'm sick. Leave me know. My brain don't work today.
Yeah, I had picked BioShock just because I had replayed it. But I also picked like Fallout. I was my second choice. What ended up winning?
We got it wrong.
Of course, I think we got them all wrong.
Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim.
I can agree with that one. I've been thinking about going back to play it again because I have especially getting the special edition and playing the DLCs, which I haven't played. So I've been considering getting
probably
it. In fact, I was considering it using my Steam money to buy the special edition.
Yeah.
But
I probably won't because I played the hell out of it.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go back to it. I'm ready for the next one.
Well, I might do it, but I don't know. I don't have a computer that'll run it because it won't run on a Mac.
Yeah.
So I got to wait until my computer's back before I decide if I want to do that. But yeah, okay. Moving on.
Moving on. The Whoa Dude Award.
Yeah.
I had picked Inside.
I had picked The Witness, which I agree with Inside. Inside's a good choice.
We both picked very indie games.
Yes.
Because, frankly, that's what we had been playing.
Yeah, it is. It has been.
And we were right. No, we weren't.
No,
we were wrong.
We weren't right.
We did not pick the same as the masses. It was Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, I could kind of see it. I've had a few moments when I went.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
Grand Theft Auto 5 when you're playing with your friends. It's just a
just
lot
run
of
around
fun.
doing crazy stuff. Yeah, I can see.
Yeah,
it. Yeah, I can dig it. I can go with it. All right, moving on. What's next?
The next of the stuff we picked, the best use. Oh, wait, no, this is not on the list. Oh yeah, here it is. The best use of farm animal.
Yes.
Award.
I said Stardew Valley, which made the list.
And I did Infinifactory, which I'm sure was not on the list.
I don't think it was.
I didn't vote on that one. I missed it because I didn't have my computer.
You don't have to have your computer to go on Steam and vote for it.
Yeah, but I didn't do it because I didn't see it. Anyway,
you missed that day.
The one that won, of course we got wrong.
Yeah.
I definitely got wrong.
Yeah.
Was Goat Simulator.
Yeah, that makes sense. That was even though I haven't
very
played
popular.
it, that was I would have chose that too. I didn't vote for
it. I have played it.
I
have played Goat Simulator. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But
it's just a ridiculous game.
It is a really good use of a farm animal.
I will agree with that.
I voted for Stardew Valley because I had played it and it was my choice. So
I voted for Infinifactory just because it was funny.
Yeah.
And we talked about why in the last episode.
Yeah.
If you missed that, go back and listen to it. It was in episode 41. Let's see. I only picked one more, and that was Villain that the most needs a hug. Award.
Yeah.
I had picked Alien Isolation.
I had picked BioShock Infinite.
And one of us got it right.
No, neither of us did.
Oh, neither of us got it right. It was Portal 2.
Yeah. Again,
which is understandable.
I agree, but at the same time, I think it's not a bad choice, but I feel a little like it was biased.
It might be biased, but I also think the reward was geared toward the game.
Maybe.
If you really look at the name of the title, it's very much geared toward picking Portal 2.
There was some other one you didn't mention. We have Game Within a Game.
Game Within a Game. Yeah. I didn't see the rest of them. I didn't have one pick, so we'll come back.
I had picked Shenzhen IO for Game Within a Game because it has a fantastic solitaire game in it. And what ended up winning it?
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Which is not a bad. That was my second choice because there are a lot of games within it. I don't know if they're great games within those games. They're fun little things to play for a little bit, but overall they're just normal games you play in the real world. But I think it wins because it has a lot of them.
It does have a lot of
them.
A lot of them and a lot of variety of them. And they're fun.
Let's see. I'm Not Crying, There's Something in My Eye.
I
had picked Firewatch. Because it was the only one I could think of that had a good story that I enjoyed. It didn't win. I don't even think it was on the list to be voted for.
The Walking Dead one.
Yeah, which I guess is true. I've not played it. I've heard some people say it's pretty good, but I don't know.
I'm not sure if it's the Telltale Game one. It just says The Walking Dead. I assume it's the Telltale Game.
I think it is the Telltale Games one, but I could be wrong. I didn't look into it because I didn't care. Let's see. I thought this game was cool before it won an award.
Yeah.
I had done Space Gym.
Mm-hmm.
And the game that won, I thought was unusual.
Yes, Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Yeah.
I guess it's really popular.
I guess so. It's really random.
We're not hip, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I guess I need to check it out and see if it's actually what it is and if it's actually good. But it won an award, which I thought was kind of interesting. But okay.
Yeah. Did you have any other on your list that you picked?
I had my custom one, the one I made.
Oh yeah. See, the custom one didn't make.
Yeah. Mine didn't get made. So.
Okay. So let's go through the ones that other ones real quickly. Yeah. The Boom Boom Award.
Yeah.
You want to take a stab at what that one was? Who won that one?
I know I looked at it, and I'm wanting to say it was probably Doom.
Doom won, yes. Doom did win.
I don't think that's the one I voted for, though. When I voted, I saw it on there. I almost voted for Doom, but I think I picked GTA 5 or something like that.
Yeah,
maybe.
Doom is a solid pick for that, in my opinion. And it was a lot of fun. I did play that one a little bit.
Yeah. What's the next one?
The next one is the Love-Hate Relationship Award.
Yeah.
What would you pick for it? What would you pick for it?
I can tell you what I voted for.
Okay, what did you vote for?
I voted for Dark Souls 3.
And it won.
Ah, very good. Yeah.
Dark Souls 3 won.
Yeah, it's definitely a love-hate relationship.
Oh, it's a great game.
It's such a great game. I love it. But at the same time, I'm like, why do I play this?
The pain. The pain.
Oh, it hurts so good.
It hurts. Yes, solid game. And it's in my favorite game one of my favorite games of the year, so it's great. Next award was the Sit Back and Relax Award.
Okay. I saw this one too, and I didn't get it.
Yeah, the Euro Truck Simulator 2 won this as well.
What? It won 2 awards, and the only other thing I think it did that was GTA 5.
GTA 5 won 2, and it won 2.
I've heard of or played it all, and I'm just like, what? So
I've heard of
check it out and see what.
I'd seen it on Steam, but I'd never played it.
Yeah.
So maybe we should. I don't know.
I'll go at least look at it and see what the deal is.
Watch a trailer.
Yeah, I'll watch a trailer and see, whatever.
And then finally the Better with Friends Award.
Okay.
What would you pick for this?
I'm trying
or
to think
did you vote for it?
I did vote for it. What did I vote for? I think Gang Beast was one of them. I think that's the one I voted. I voted for Gang Beast.
Okay, Gang Beast is so good.
Because I don't see how you play that game without anyone else.
Well, you don't. It's a multiplayer. But yeah, it's a good game. Good choice.
I know.
I would have voted for that too.
I know. What's that name of that game? Don't Starve was one of them. I thought that.
Yeah.
I haven't played it with a friend, but I'm sure it would be good with a friend. But anyway.
Yeah.
So what?
I have the multiplayer version of it. That's the only one I have.
I haven't tried it.
Oh. So the one that won was Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of about because that game's been out for a while.
It's been out for a long time, and then also that's the other one I felt like this feels like biased bullshit. Like, I mean, it's a good game, and it
is a good game.
Only, so yes, you have to have it better with friends, but I just didn't really see it. I thought that Gang Beast or some of the other choices would have been better. I just felt like it felt like it was weighted, and I don't know. I don't think
it was, but
go, eh. But
I don't think it's the best choice.
Too enthusiastic about that choice.
Well, I think being 2016 awards, that's an old game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been out for several years now.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
When did it come out?
It came out
at least
2009.
So it's 7 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't have picked it.
Yeah,
personally.
I don't know. So if you voted for that, shame on you. You voted for a 7-year-old game.
Okay.
if they do this again next year, because this is the first time they've done it, so I guess they got to cover the back catalog, and next year, if they're going to do it, it should be kind of more refined, maybe?
or at least limited to what's came out this year. I think that's the direction they need.
If you're going to do,
understand the first one, you've never done it before, let's cover anything you want to cover. But I feel like, they should narrow it down to what happened this year from now on. But, we'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the full list.
Yeah,
of
that's
awards.
The full list.
So we got nothing right.
Nothing right. I voted for a few things after I made choices, but none of my choices made the list.
So oh well. Maybe we'll do better next year.
Yeah.
Maybe. I doubt it.
Probably not. We're always wrong.
Uh-huh. All right, let's talk about 2016.
2016 as a year.
What games we liked, what games we didn't like.
Year review.
End of the year review.
The end of the year review.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So
this is your evaluation. Your 2016. And
we're gonna rate you 1 to 10. Yeah. On a personal level, not a good year.
No.
Not a good year. A lot of good people died. Yeah, not a good year.
Yeah, not a great
Gaming
year for
wise,
politics.
That's a whole nother mess. But we will not talk about that.
Shit.
Yeah.
But
let's talk about games.
Yeah, but let's talk about games. As far as games go, it was a pretty good year.
Solid year.
Yeah.
Solid year.
I went through. I had to, because my memory's terrible. I had to go back and look at the description of all our episodes and say, what did I play this year?
Yeah.
And so I made a list of things that I thought were significant out of this year.
Yeah.
I also have a few things on my list of things that I may have been a little disappointed with. Because we don't really spend much time on things we don't like on this show. We tend to cover, I like this, I spent a lot of time on it, let's talk about it, as opposed to, we don't spend a lot of time going, this game's crap, don't play it. We don't really do that. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody wanting to go.
We do. We
just
don't
really
haven't
review games, we just talk about what we like.
Yeah, that's true.
And hope you like it too.
But we also don't get things we don't think we're going to like.
Yeah, exactly.
Either.
Well, we're working on limited resources. I guess if we get to the point where we can get people send us games, then we will cover things that we don't normally we wouldn't spend money on because,
exactly.
We're kind of limited to what we decided to put money into.
Yeah, and we don't put money into just anything because, we only have so much money.
Yes, we don't have a lot of monies. We're not made of monies.
So how you want to do this? You want to just throw some games out there and be like,
the games that stuck out to me, like the ones that I thought were that I played a lot or I thought were really significant. I think were the ones that I gravitated toward were the ones that either I think about when I think of this year or the ones that I played a lot of. And of course, the two games I think I played the most of this year have been.
I can guess one of them.
Well, yeah,
Overwatch.
Overwatch is one of them. And also Battlefield 1 is more recently. I played a lot of it, and
I'm on board with you on that one.
Yeah, those are
because I played that one.
Yeah, both are great games. Both are a lot of fun. They've held my attention. I keep coming back to them to play them. As multiplayer games, I really enjoy them.
Yes.
And
Battlefield 1 particularly, I really enjoy it. It got me back into playing multiplayer games because I've been out of playing multiplayer first person shooter other than doing the LAN.
Yeah.
I don't really play many of them, but this is the one that kind of brought me back, and I love it. It's a really fun game. I just have fun playing it. Doing the big conquest map, just jumping in there, dying a lot, don't even do well, and I still have fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of fun. And it's a solid game.
It's
Overwatch.
pretty.
I mean, Overwatch is. It was one of those games that I bought, and I thought, I'm going to play this, I'll enjoy it. But it's one of those games I thought, it's kind of like what I did with Titanfall. I played it really heavily for a couple of weeks, and then I went on and stopped playing it. And partly because of Brob. Brob likes it a lot, and so it's a good way for me to hang out and talk to him. And I play a game I really enjoy, and I like. They keep doing events and stuff, and I keep me interested in enjoying it. I thought this year was also big as far as Pokemon, even though I'm kind of in a lot of ways I'm sick of talking about Pokemon. It has been a good year for Pokemon.
It's been a very good year.
We talked about it a lot. I mean,
we talk about a lot, so we won't spend too long. Let's just throw out the names and go. Yes,
like, Pokemon Picross, which I pretty much I played half the year before I ran out of it. And in fact, I've been playing other Picross games rather than, even though it had nothing to do with Pokemon. Pokemon Go was a huge part of what we talked about this year, even though I'm kind of sick of the game and I'm over it.
Yeah.
Then, of course,
even though we don't play it anymore, it was a big part of the year.
Huge
big
thing.
summer blockbuster,
it was just a big
basically.
deal this year. It made it got a lot of people into Pokemon who never played it before. It also did, as a social experiment, it was kind of interesting, all the weird shit that happened because of that. And the weird groups of people that showed up in even small downtown areas that normally would be roving bands of teenagers and adults.
It's very interesting.
It was super interesting, but...
and then, of course, Pokemon Moon and Sun.
Sun and Moon.
Which we both... which I really enjoy. You haven't played it enough.
I've been playing it, but it seems like everyone's playing, even people who've never played Pokemon games are playing it. I think partly because of Pokemon Go. But
it may be, yeah.
And it's been hugely popular.
Good game, though.
And they shook it up a lot. It was different.
So it's not... you got the same old Pokemon from Pokemon Go, but then you got... new and innovative, I think, with Sun and Moon, and I think that was a really good way to go.
Yeah, I thought.
And
well.
I liked it. I still play it.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have any other things that stuck out to you, that you really thought was important?
Indie games. Yeah. There was a bunch of indie games this year. Though you already mentioned
The Witness.
The Witness is a great game.
Such a great game. I keep thinking about Robert's been playing, and I keep thinking about going and playing it again, just because I have such good memories of it.
I want to play through it again. Super Hot.
Super Hot is on my list. There's a VR version of Super Hot now.
Yeah.
I'm super interested in that. I want a VR set just to try that out, because I bet that's a lot of fun.
Well, and I just bring a whole nother level of meta to that game.
Oh, yeah.
It's perfect for VR.
I'm really intrigued by that. Speaking of VR, the Vive and just VR in general has been a big deal this year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's changing the landscape of everything, and I thought since you got the demo one a little bit, I have not stopped thinking about buying one. Even though I keep telling myself I want to wait for the second model, I still think about maybe I can just save up a little money and go and buy one. I just want it.
Well, here's the thing. Hardware-wise, it's made huge leaps this year.
Oh, yeah.
Hardware-wise. So the Oculus Rift, the Vive, both came out. They both have their ups and downs, but both overall, they're both good. Game-wise, it still remains to be seen.
There's a lot of upcoming stuff coming. I think next year is going to be a big stride in what games and what software is out for those systems. I think it's going to be a huge. This year was all about the hardware getting out. I think next year and the year after will be really
I hope.
Pushing
that's
forward.
what I'm hoping for.
Games
Hopefully, it won't go
Super Hot, which were already good games being made to fit in a VR setting or whatever, and less of demos and companies trying out things, but then instead just putting out VR versions of their games or games that are just for VR, as opposed to just an experiment.
I don't see. It's going to take a while for them to do games that are just for VR.
I think so, yeah.
Here's the reason. It's too expensive.
It is expensive. And
I think it's not a big enough audience yet.
I think as things come down in price, it eventually will be.
Yeah, I hope so. They got to come up with some way to make it more affordable.
Well, and stuff like, Google Cardboard and like the what is it called? The
Samsung?
Yeah, the what's it called?
I don't remember what it's called, but Samsung has one.
I forget what. I've gone completely blank what it's called. It has a name, but their VR is more reasonable as you just use your phone, so it's not as super expensive.
Yeah.
But stuff like that, I think, is making it more accessible.
But they're also limited because
it's just you're not. It's just your phone.
It's more visual than gameplay.
Exactly, it's more of a visual experiment than game. But it's getting there. I think it's super cool.
I think so. I'm also curious because I read an article not long ago that was talking about that, basically said that VR it is limited by the hardware and the number of people have it, but the next big thing it will probably be AR, which is augmented reality,
which I'm really interested in. Like I've already talked,
which we've already seen.
How much I'm super excited about VR, but I really am interested in augmented reality. I am obsessed with that idea.
and we've already seen it.
Yeah.
With Pokemon Go, it has an AR element to it,
which I never used.
Neither did I.
I turned it off.
It drained the battery.
But and then Google Glass was kind of in that vein a little bit. I mean, it was more of a personal device, but it is a thing you put on your face that shows you a computer screen.
But it was also just an experiment.
It wasn't. It was,
it wasn't meant to be rolled out to the masses.
Yeah. And I was reading an article the other day. Microsoft is working on an augmented reality glasses. That sounds really interesting, and I'm really interested in that. And hopefully next year we'll be talking about more of that stuff, and hopefully we can check it out, and also, move toward getting an actual VR setup and
so there's a lot going on. So for the future, it's going to be interesting.
There will not be a shortage of things to talk about.
Oh, of course, and we'll have another solid year of episodes. Let's see, what other games? Civ 6.
Civ 6.
Oh wait, no, wait. Let me back up for a second. Another indie game I want to make sure I mention that was great. Inside.
Yeah, Inside is so good.
Really good game.
Yeah. That one blew
short
me away.
but great.
It's very. I'm ready for Playdead to put out their next game, and I want to see what they do. They keep doing really cool stuff, and I want to see how they develop and how they. And that was on my list too, of just a game that really stuck with me as well. It and The Witness and Super Hot. Those are all games that kind of stuck in my brain. I will remember for a while.
I agree.
Yeah.
Civ 6.
Civ 6, I didn't put it on my list, even though I liked it a lot. I liked the changes on it. But I didn't put it on my list because, again, it's another Civ game. While it's still great, and it's a great way to improve the old one, and I liked it and I enjoyed playing it a lot, it didn't blow me away. I mean, a few of it I thought was really cool how they...
There were elements of it that are really good. But I agree.
But it didn't really just knock my socks off. To me, it was just, this makes sense. This is what they should be doing it for a new Civ game.
Okay, I'll give you that. That's accurate.
I mean, I put Dark Souls 3 down, but I kind of feel the same way about it. Is that it was just kind of like, it's a great game. I really liked it, and I was a little obsessed with it.
I will say, in defense of Dark Souls 3, it's way better than Dark Souls 2.
Well, it's more stable and
Dark Souls 1 was, I put Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3 together.
Oh, yeah.
I still think in terms of map design, Dark Souls 1's is just fantastic.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the way it kind of wraps around.
2 didn't really do that well with that, and it was a little buggy. And but 3, they went back to form, and so
I can agree with that.
It's great.
Yeah,
who knows if we'll ever get another one? Who knows if we'll ever get another Dark Souls game?
I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical we'll get another one, but I need to finish.
From Software will obviously do a game.
Do
another
game.
Can
keep making games, whether it's a second Bloodborne or something else. But we'll see. I put down the Fallout 4 DLCs because I thought those were all really good. Well, I didn't play the newest one, but I played all the other ones, and I really enjoyed it. I thought they were a great addition to an already great game. And, there were a lot of really cool stuff like DLCs and add-ons to games this year that I thought were cool. And, even though they're not doing any... As far as I know, they're not doing any more DLCs for Fallout 4. But
as far as I think they're done.
Yeah,
they're done with the DLCs.
But they did deliver a really solid batch of them, I think.
Much better than, their past games.
Yeah,
They usually do, 3, and that's about it.
Yeah.
This time they did 3 big ones, but they also did 3 smaller ones as well.
And then if you bought a season pass, you got a lot of bang for your buck.
Yeah, it's probably the only time I've actually bought the season pass.
Yeah, I don't buy them
because
very often.
I actually thought it was worth it.
Yeah, I agree.
I usually don't buy it.
Yeah.
Because, it's one of those things where I don't know if I'll play them or not, and it's just not worth the extra money up front.
Yeah.
Typically, if I'm going to go back and play a DLC, I'll wait till it's on sale. But this time, I would definitely buy it, and it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, and, it's and I'm wondering about, I was talking about Skyrim and getting, the special edition just to play the DLCs for it, and I'm kind of on the fence about it because I don't know if those are really worth going back to that game for. But I don't know. I don't know enough about them.
The last one in it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I didn't play through it very far, so I can't give a full opinion on it.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about. Did you have any disappointments for this year? Like things that you played, or you just were kind of whatever about, or you had high hopes for. I have a couple of things on my list, but if we want to go,
not really, because everything I was kind of on the fence about,
you just didn't get.
I just didn't get,
yeah.
And it's because there wasn't enough draw to buy it, and money was short. So yeah, financially, I just couldn't afford to take that risk, and so I just went for the go-to, or I just played your copies of it. And most of the time, I wasn't disappointed.
I think the obvious thing on this for me is No Man's Sky. I think that was for everyone. Because it was and especially if you go back and look at our show, I talked about this game a lot. I was really gearing up for this game.
Yeah.
And
you spent a good 2 or 3 months building up on it.
Yeah, and that was me pretty much in media blackout, not reading anything about the game. And I'm glad I didn't, because I didn't, I enjoyed the game more than most people did.
Yeah.
It was still kind of a letdown. Like, for what I paid for it, I was a little disappointed with what I got out of it. Also, I'm still a little optimistic on them updating and adding more to it, which I haven't played a lot of the new updates, so I don't know.
Which they have. They are doing
growing it and making it better. I think it had a lot of potential, but as far as what it was and what I got myself hyped up for, as long as I was thinking about that game, it was a little disappointing. I also put Star Citizen on there because I bought it and I have not touched it at all. Which you can notice they're both flight games, and I bought my flight simulator sticks and I talked about it a lot, and I really love them. I think they're great, but I haven't used them that much.
Yeah.
The most I got them out was Elite Dangerous, which I really enjoyed, and I keep thinking about going back and playing it. I'm just not really set up to play it right now. I need to get my setup worked out, and then I'll go back to playing Elite Dangerous, which I had the most fun with. And maybe I'll figure out Star Citizen and actually play it. But yeah, those are, I think those were the things I kind of oversold myself on, and then it was just
a lot of people. Well, you're not alone there, because a lot of people did that.
I fared much better than most people did, because everyone was buying into the hype, and I was a little bit, but I wasn't like just devouring every bit of information that was being put out there. And I'm glad I didn't, because I would have been more angry than I am. It mostly comes down to I paid $60 for a game that should have only cost $30. And
if it had been a $30 game, no one would have cared.
It would have been okay. It would have been about what I expect. It just I gave $60 for a game that really wasn't a full game. And at first I was okay with it. I was playing it. I was kind of enamored. But having stepped away from it for a little while and looked back, I go, I'm a little disappointed. Which is an understatement compared to what everyone else who were very unhappy about it.
Yeah. Though, from the buzz I've gotten, a lot of them are a little happier with the update.
Yeah,
but I don't know much about it.
I don't like that the building stuff is in a separate game mode. I don't know why they can't put that into. I don't know if it has to do with the way the old save games are or what, but you can't play your normal game and do the build mode stuff at the creative mode stuff, which I think is weird. I don't really like that. That's kind of what turned me off from playing it. But at some point, I'll go back and I'll check it out and try it and actually dig my teeth into the new stuff and see if it makes it better. Yeah. But overall, it was a good year, especially for indie games. There were some really good indie games.
Man. I love indie games. If they're solid, they're just good.
Yeah. And they focus in on something, and they always have a better story. They always have there's a lot of artistic stuff going on in there, like Inside and Witness. They're all beautiful games.
Well, to me, indie games have taken over the single-player experience.
In a lot of ways, yeah.
Because if you want a really solid, good single-player experience, that's where you look for them. Most of the big AAA games that come out, the big element of them is the multiplayer.
I don't know about that. I mean, Fallout 4 was a big one. Well, it came out last year, technically, but Fallout 4 was a big one. It's heavily it's not multiplayer. Or Dark Souls 3 has the multiplayer elements, but it's still a single-player game. But the two big ones I started off with was Battlefield 1, which
Overwatch.
And Overwatch. Overwatch nothing is multiplayer only. And Battlefield 1
exactly.
I almost exclusively played the multiplayer.
I've played the single player, and it's good.
It is good.
But you can tell I think they spent more time
the single player
fine-tuning the multiplayer.
But as soon as I started playing multiplayer, I stopped. I never was able to go back to the single player because I was hooked by the multiplayer. But
So yeah, I multiplayer is big because there's big money in multiplayer.
Yeah.
That's just simple as that. And I understand that's why they put a lot of time in it. But I like that the indie games are filling in those little niches of great stories, simple, just good.
Or just cool, playing around with cool ideas, or doing weird things like like the Zachtronic guys, the Shinzen and all those games, just doing weird little things that scratch a weird itch for me, and make me use my brain a little more than some games do. But but overall, I think it was a pretty good year for games. I'm really
pretty good year for games.
And there's still tons of them that came out this year I haven't played yet.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll get to them.
Yeah, maybe.
I will be playing The Witcher 3 hopefully tomorrow, and I'm making a statement here, so it might not happen.
Yeah, you tend to not do what you promise.
Yeah, exactly. So
you need to play it because I hear it's really good. A lot of people have told me.
Graham has been talking to me about it, and that's the reason I went ahead and bought it.
Some people
it seems to really appeal to me.
Some people I work with like it a lot. I know a lot of people like it a lot, and the only reason I haven't played it is because I had such a weird experience with the first one, and I just could never get it past it. I never did go.
I had a weird experience on the first one and the second one. I just couldn't get into either one of them because I have them.
Yeah.
I have them on Steam. Yeah. I may have spent maybe an hour on them. That was it.
They completely killed my interest in it, and then they came out with the third one. But everyone was saying it was really good. I couldn't bring myself to get it. But I'm looking forward to your report on it, and also being able to play your copy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that all we got?
I think that's it.
I think so. So.
Yeah.
Happy New Year,
everyone, and
we look forward to what 2017 is going to bring us.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's not the apocalypse. And
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
We got Nintendo Switch coming out.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And PAX South.
PAX
really
South.
Look forward to that.
Yeah.
The land's coming up again.
Yep.
So we got lots of cool things on the horizon.
Yep.
All kinds of new games coming up.
And we'll keep doing this show.
Yeah, we'll keep doing the show. We're getting close to our year worth of shows.
Yep.
We're not too far off.
We're 5 episodes?
Yeah, something like that.
No, 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Left till we've done a year's worth of episodes.
Yeah.
So
anyway, please subscribe to us. Go to iTunes. Do it there or wherever you want to listen to us. Please go to our website at deafandumb.com. It's DEAFNDUMB.com. Yeah.
While we're mentioning iTunes, go and rate us, please.
Yeah, please. Give us 5 stars.
Give us, rate our show.
Or
give
4.
us 5 stars.
I'll accept 4. I'll lower myself. I'll accept 4.
Just do it because right now it doesn't show a rating for us on the website, on iTunes, because not enough people have rated us.
Yeah, so give us your honest opinion, as long as it's a 4 or 5.
Yeah, please go and do that. Yeah. Subscribe to us.
It looks better
on iTunes.
for us, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure it helps.
That's how we get noticed.
Yeah.
That's how we get more people listening to the show, is by having ratings, by having subscriptions. And so, please do that.
Yeah,
if you listen to our show regularly, please
rate
do
us.
it.
If you listen to us regularly, we really appreciate it. And share us with your friends. And we'll keep doing this, whether you're listening or not, to be honest.
Yeah, pretty much.
But and we'll do a new episode every week on Mondays, which is probably when you're listening to this. And thank you very much for listening. I'm Dan May.
And I am Dudley May. And this has been Deaf and Dumb.